Hey everybody, welcome back. David Eon here with the fabulous Miss Lady Pop Hunter on the other side of the camera for a change, because we have gotten tons of inquiries about LPH and her collecting interests. As you can see, we're on her side and just looking around real quick. She's in front of like Thundercats and Masters of the Universe and Transformers and more Masters and on her side here, because she talks to me all the time, but we really get to talk to her. She likes doing the camera work though.
Yeah.
So basically, where did you start with collecting?
With my collection, it started a long time ago. I didn't start collecting toys and action figures until 2017. So everything that you see is after 2017.
Goodness. That's when that's quite a bit for a short time.
Yeah. So before, I collected bells, and I started with the bells because I traveled a lot. And I got those souvenirs to remind me of the places that I've been. And it went on to other types of ceramic or specialty bells, brass bells, silver bells, whatever. If it was a bell, I collected it. All types. And I also collected ceramic bowl and pitcher sets, where you have those big, huge bowls and those elaborate pitchers. So, pitchers, like water pitchers. And so I collected that, and I also collected lighthouses, because I had this big fascination with lighthouses. And one of my goals, and it still is to see as many lighthouses as I can before I die. And
Okay.
I've seen a lot. I've been, a lot of places, and every time I go, if it's a lighthouse near, I try to go see it. So I had a lot of collections. I got a ton of paintings and pictures of lighthouses. And also precious moment figures. I got a ton of that.
The porcelain figures,
and snow babies.
Snow babies.
So I had this huge collection, and those things I was able to display because, we always had a big house, and those things go in your living room, in your dining room, in your den. So we had places, and David actually started me with collecting. Like I said, in 2017, he gave me my first toy, I don't know. And it was actually a Funko Pop. So
yuck.
All of you can blame David for getting me super heavy into Funko Pops. He gave me for Valentine's Day.
Oh no.
He gave me the Undertaker Funko Pop because I'm a huge fan of the Undertaker. So, and then after that, because I had never heard of a Funko at all at that point. And I was never into toys or action figures. As a kid, it was never really a toy that I wanted. We didn't have a lot of toys.
Yeah, kind of like my upbringing.
I didn't have a lot and never really wanted any. I mean, for Christmas we got bikes because we rode bikes all the time.
Sure.
And boom boxes and clothes.
Who didn't want a boombox in the 80s?
Yeah, I always had, you always got a boombox. So, so those are the things that I had. I didn't really have a lot of toys. I can't remember thinking of a toy that I even wanted. So, once I got into the Funko Pop, I said, okay, this is cool. So I started looking it up, and I saw different ones, and they had different lines, of course, the wrestlers and all of this other stuff. So both me and David jumped in head first, real hard into the Funkos, and that was it for a long time.
Yeah, we kind of got swept up in it for a minute.
Yeah, my minute was longer than his minute.
Uh-oh.
And then that branched off into action figures, and some of my first action figures were Masters of the Universe, and we were in a GameStop. And the thing that's so funny, thinking back at it, like, I had never been to GameStop in my life.
Yeah.
Toys R Us I had never been in, never heard of Hot Topic.
Wow.
I just never been in a toy store or a comic shop. I've heard of Toys R Us, but I never been in one. Never heard of a GameStop because I didn't play video games, and the things that are sold at GameStop I had no interest in. And never been in a Hot Topic because they didn't have anything that I was interested in. So that whole lifestyle, that whole culture, I was not a part of. But after we started into the Funko so heavily, we started going to Toys R Us, and I was like, wow, okay, this is what Toys R Us is. I went to a Babies R Us once. I was buying something for a girl's baby shower. So I went to Babies R Us, but never Toys R Us. And then we started going to Hot Topic and GameStop, and we were in GameStop one day, and they had the 12-inch Masters of the Universe figures. And
yeah, the deluxe ones.
I saw it displayed, and I was like, oh, okay, I know who that is. That's He-Man. And I remember watching it as a kid. And they had He-Man and Skeletor, and I bought both at that time. And then David had 2 figures at home that he gave me, and I always saw it.
Yeah, Mattel Classics.
Yeah, the classics. And I saw it. It was in the office.
Yeah.
But I never paid attention. He had stuff, and I never paid attention to any of it.
As you all well know, I was like deep into that culture for a long time. Oh, I had taken a sabbatical from it, but got back into it.
So,
and that was Stratos, and what's the name of that other one? That wing.
Wasn't Stratos.
It was.
That was the Griffin.
The Griffin and Stratos.
It wasn't Stratos, because Stratos is it was two of the animals. It was the Griffin, and it was another animal. It wasn't Stratos.
No, it was the guy with the 4 arms.
Right, and that's not Stratos.
Yeah,
but it was Megator or something. It was over there.
There was a Stratos too, though.
It wasn't a Stratos.
Okay, she doesn't remember Stratos. Moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, so then after that, we getting in there, we getting into the Funko, we going everywhere on Earth looking for Funko, we buying it off of Amazon.
back when doing the Funko hunting was still cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And then I was on Craigslist. We were in Illinois at this time. And I'm on Craigslist, and at this pawn shop, they have this somebody sold them their entire classics collection. And I went and bought the whole thing.
Yeah, and they were in clamshells.
They were already in clamshells.
Whoever this person was, they were really into it, and they had those professional like Zolo World Mattel Masters.
Yeah, the custom classic. The ones that are custom fit for it. And the main characters weren't there, but they had like 20 or 30 of the other characters. So it wasn't no He-Man or anything like that. It was all the other characters. And then we started looking around and going to toy shows, comic shops, and all of this stuff. And basically that's how I got started, and it just continued to grow from there.
So what specifically are you looking for? What childhood nostalgia things are you most attracted to?
I like, and I've said this in other videos, I only collect things that I can remember as a child. Because if I see it, just if I see that now, I'm like, okay, I can remember watching this as a child. Me and my cousins talked about it, because neither me or the cousins I had, we didn't have toys at all. It was nothing that you would see in here. We didn't have any of that. We
Yeah.
only had, and the toys we had, we played with, we interchanged and we played with it together. But things that we watched on TV together and talked about, and people at school, you know. So the stuff that I collect are things that I can sit down and say, okay, I remember that. I remember this character. I remember watching that show. Something like that. I don't collect things that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Even though the packaging is not like G.I. Joe. I remember watching G.I. Joe, but I don't collect it.
Uh-huh.
That's way too expansive. It's too far. It's too deep. That road goes too far.
Yeah, it
Now,
goes all the way back to 1964 if you're really into it.
well, yeah, if you're
Yeah.
really into it. I mean, even Transformers is a long road.
Yeah.
But
And you're pretty specific about Transformers,
yeah,
too.
I'm pretty specific about that because I've seen a lot of videos with people that have it, and when it's all there, it looks great.
Yes.
When it's all there, you're like, oh wow, okay, that looks real nice, blah blah blah. But no, because I know for me, I can not obsess, but if I start, I just go.
Yeah.
And I'll go hard at it, and I go all the way, and I go way too far, and it gets out of hand, and it gets out of control, and you look around at the collection now, you're like, whoa, okay, from 2017 and it's 2021, there's a lot of stuff.
You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but
And you got some impressive stuff.
yeah, and I'm not trying to say money is no object. It's a big object.
Yes.
But you pinch and you save here and there, and you do this and you do that. So I'm glad that my not so much taste, but I don't have a big wide variety. Like I don't really, no, not really. I don't collect anything like Marvel or Star Wars or whatever them big ones are. I don't collect that because I don't watch it. I don't watch Star Wars. I've seen a couple of Marvel films and TV shows.
You don't feel the need to have a piece of that.
No, because I didn't watch it as a kid.
I see.
Everything that's in here I watched as a child, and I liked it. And, I collect on it, and, so it means something to me. It takes me back to a time of my life where when you're about 7 years old, time doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You don't know what's what.
Back when summer felt like it was 8 months long.
Yeah, you didn't have a responsibility. You probably had to wash the dishes or sweep the floor. That was your responsibility. You didn't have a lot going on. You might did some homework or something like that. But, life was pretty carefree.
Yeah.
And then, as time goes on, then you become more aware of life and reality.
Time.
And so the things that I have takes me back to when time didn't exist. If you can catch the example that I'm trying to give there.
Yeah.
There is a point in your life as a
that age
child.
of innocence.
Yeah, where things just you woke up and everything was there. You didn't know how the lights came on. You didn't know that it was a mortgage. You didn't know that if you open up the refrigerator, it would no food. I mean, you realize when the Kool-Aid pitcher was empty. But, those things didn't matter. And I know for everybody, that's not their truth. That's not their reality. Because some people, it was different.
Yes.
But for me, that was my reality. Only thing I cared about was me and my cousins playing, getting on our bikes and riding. And we rode out, because we lived in a small town, and you can go as far as your little legs could take you. And that's what we did all day long. So the stuff that I have, again, reminds me of that. Just that time, I can sit down and all of the thoughts and the cares of today, it kind of floats away. You know, I don't have to really be in here tinkering around with nothing. You know, you just put the music on and you just sit and
Sit and just
forget
absorb
about.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you ain't really looking at nothing, you just forgetting about the things that you have to do right now.
Yeah, and I see, some very specific things in here, of course. Got the Ninja Turtles. You got a lot of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and with the Ninja Turtles, that's those are all new. It's nothing vintage up there. Now
Yeah.
you can say those, yeah, maybe those cereal box ones, some of those bobbleheads. And they're
Yeah.
not vintage, but they're probably the
They're old.
oldest.
They're the oldest.
You know, and I like vintage stuff. With the Ninja Turtles, will I go down a vintage road? Probably not. I'm not going to really do too much more with that. I do have the waves of Super 7s already on pre-order,
Oh, yeah.
so I'll get more of those things. They came out with 2 more boxes of these.
Oh, yeah.
I got those
You
on.
did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got those on pre-order, but I'm not gonna do too much more with the Ninja Turtles. I mean, it's on that wall right there, and it's starting to creep off of the wall. It's stuff on the floor.
Oh, no.
You know.
Yeah.
But I watched Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
You know,
And
when
that's
I was,
that connection.
yeah, because I remember sitting down because it was an after-school program, cartoon,
Yeah.
and I watched it. And then once I went back and I saw like a episode or so, I remembered the voices. I was like, oh yeah. I remembered the song, the voices, and it just took me back. And I can remember sitting down watching it. And that's what I get when I look at these different things like the Thundercats.
Thundercats.
I watched that as a kid. It was an after-school
And
program.
we're watching that. We're rewatching that now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was an after-school program. I remember, again, watching it, liking it. I had my favorite characters, and it meant something. And you can look at it now, and you can go back, and you can be like, oh, yeah. Now, I don't have any of the vintage, and I've said it before, and I'll say it now. I don't want any of the vintage.
Yeah, she didn't care for the LGNs.
No.
I do.
Yeah,
but,
he does.
She doesn't.
I don't. But I do have the Super 7, and this one is a Super 7, but it was a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive.
Yeah.
So the rest of them are coming, and this is going to have to be all torn apart and rearranged.
Redone. That's part of the struggle, folks, having to redo
Yeah,
shelves. A
and
lot of people know that struggle.
And the truth is, you rearrange, you're not making space.
No, you're shifting things around.
That's all you're doing. That's really all you're doing. So, I have this. I like looking at the different colors. I like the artwork. I like all of that different type of stuff. What are you doing now?
Which way are you going?
I don't know. I was just moving so in case you wanted to pan that way.
Transformers.
Yeah. Another show, after school show that I used to watch. And I always liked Prime and Bumblebee. Soundwave, I was always in love with his voice. I just like hearing his voice. I can't spin this around, but Megatron is over here on the other side. And, I try to get those things. I can look at it and it reminds me. I'm hoping that that they'll make a Walmart reissue of Megatron. But I kind of figured it out because, you can't display guns. And in his...
Yeah, ridiculous.
Right. So he would have to, if you wanted to do it, like, hold on. Like if you wanted to do it, like this is
careful.
I know.
That's
this
just
is
the booklet.
The original. And see how it's already a gun. To make a reissue, they would have to make it a gun. And they don't like to sell weapons.
Yeah, I guess not.
And to make him in the transformed state, it wouldn't be retro.
It wouldn't look right, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be retro. So I'm guessing that's why they haven't made a reissue.
And it's a good guess. I mean, that could be.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell myself.
Okay.
What else are you looking at?
The Ghostbusters. You do have some Ghostbusters.
Well, yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah, these are the the ones on the card here. These are the monsters, the Universal Monster ones. These are the only original Ghostbusters that I have.
Yeah.
I have some more. Let me see if I can. I don't
Well,
think
I'll come around because I don't want you to.
Well, you're gonna have
drop
to come
anything.
this way. Cause see this. You know this one wheel is broke.
Oh.
So are you gonna go on that side? Or I'm gonna have to spin it all the way around. Okay, I'm gonna spin it.
I'll move around. It's just that I didn't want to.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So, another after school, and I used to watch this cartoon. Actually, loved the cartoon, and I saw the movie, both movies. So, you know, I got it.
Not the modern one. Not the remake.
No, not the remake
The
with the
reissue.
women, but the first one with the Stay Puft, and the second one with Dana, whoever she is. She's down there somewhere. Dana Barrett. What? Yeah, Dana Barrett. That is her name. So I saw those two movies, and I used to watch the cartoon every day. That was another after school cartoon, and I really enjoyed that cartoon. So again, I can look at it, I can remember coming home from school, watching it,
Yeah.
you know, and actually enjoying
And I totally
the show.
get that because a lot of my lines are based on that too. Mm-hmm. You know, the Brave Star and the Inhumanoids and G.I. Joe and stuff I used to watch. Things that are nostalgic. The McDonald's is very nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
But also I see Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep, I watched Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know,
They
whatever.
act weird about it now, but
Well,
the show was
the
fun.
climate and the state that the world is in, whatever. But I used to watch G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, not G.I. I used to watch
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
As a child, and even again as a young adult, I used to go back and rewatch it. I mean, it's a corny show.
Sure,
You
but
already know what's going to
still
happen.
fun.
Yeah, Bo and Luke is going to get caught. They're going to be in jail. The key is going to be hanging on the nail by the cell, and they're going to get out. But, you know, I watched it, and I remember all that. I can't tell you every episode like David can, but I can remember the show. I can remember watching it. I can remember, hey, you know, I like the show. You know, so I have that, and you see the other cars.
A lot of
no-
Batman. A lot of Batman.
Now, that's what I was going to say. One thing about the Batman, I did not watch the animated series as a kid. I don't even know if it came on when I was a kid. I think that show came on in the 90s.
Yeah, early 90s, I thought.
Yeah, but when I was a young adult, I did watch it, and I remember loving it. And now I have it on. I've tried watching it, and it always gets cut off on me. But I bought the disc because, you know, I was trying to stream it, and with
that doesn't
streaming
work,
stuff, it doesn't work. So you need to just buy the DVD. So I bought the DVDs so I can watch it. Love Batman the Animated Series. I like that. It seemed like it was written with an adult in mind. Has an adult theme. It has a good storyline.
It's a darker look, and that always works for Batman.
Yeah, and it has a decent storyline that you can follow. The '89 Batman, I watched it when it came out on VCR tape.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and I loved it. And the reason why I think I love it so much because I think that was the only VCR tape we had. So I watched it.
Oh my God.
So I watched
Well-
it like a million times, but I actually liked it. So I'm a huge fan of the Michael Keaton Batman. And then you'll see the Michael Knight because that was a show.
Knight
that
Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, again,
Knight
all
Rider.
in nostalgia.
It came on, and I watched it when it was on TV weekly. You know, so those are some things. And then you got TV, you got movies like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
We had that VCR tape.
The
It.
Jada Metals fan there.
Yeah, big Jada Metals fan. Some car movies that I had. You know, like Christine, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Again, Nightmare on Elm Street, I saw it. I read the book way before the movie.
Yeah.
Before I saw the movie. But I like that, so I got those. And then, you can't see this one, I'll pull it out. But it's I hope they go further down the road with this.
Yeah, because nostalgic wrestling you're big on too.
Yeah.
That golden era of wrestling between like 75 and 95.
Yeah, and then they merged two things that I like: Jada Metals vehicles and WWF.
And Macho Man.
And
Macho Man was awesome.
Yeah.
And I see, obviously, you are a really big Masters of the Universe fan.
Yeah, again, came out as I was a kid, when I was a kid, and it was a after school program. So I sat and watched. In Masters of the Universe, we actually, when I remember about second or third grade, we actually talked about it in school. In school with your friends, you talked about yesterday's episode or whatever. So this side has the newer stuff.
Yes.
As you
and
can
you kind of
see.
work your way backwards as you come around.
Yeah.
Looping around to the left. Because you got a lot of Masters stuff.
Yeah, I know, and you know.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
And these are the classic ones.
Lots of classics.
And it came out, like 2010?
Yeah.
And actually, that's 11 years ago, when you really want to get technical.
Yeah.
And this is oh, well, if you look on...
Yeah, I'm getting around. I'm coming around to
coming
it.
Around.
But...
And this is the...
Swamp Thing here.
Yeah, now, with Swamp Thing, I will say, I did not know about Swamp Thing until recently. And when I say recently, that's when the recent
live action
TV show came out. They only had one season. Absolutely love that TV show. They only had one season. I was hoping that they would come up with more seasons, but it got canceled. I did buy this is based on a 90s TV show. I do have it in queue.
Yeah, for our viewing.
Yeah, I got it in hand. It's in possession, but now it's in queue to be watched. Because, you can't stream everything.
No.
Because it's not available. So you got to get the DVD and you got to hold it in your hand so you can have it. So when they cancel it on Netflix or they tell you it's free on Pluto, but then you got to pay extra. So this is like the only toy line that I have that I actually can say I never saw it.
Yeah.
I never saw it except for the newer one, like I said. But I like the new one so much.
Just got hooked.
Yeah, I got hooked.
Yeah.
I saw this line. I was like, man, that actually looks pretty good. The artwork, the figures, and I got the DVD, so I'm figuring, I'll like that. So I got it. I'm doing some rearranging, so it's kind of...
a lot more Masters again.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
Big, and there's the vintage stuff over there. We've been asked to do a showcase of the vintage, which we will do when we catch up. Because there's so much. We got a long list of showcase requests.
These are the Super 7 Masters of the Universe.
Like the Filmation ones?
Masters of the Super 7 Masters of the Universe right there. And then at the bottom you have the Diamond Select
Universal Monsters.
Which
that's just classic.
I like Universal Monsters. And I wanted a nice, decent line of them. And I have all of them, but I think 2 of them are not displayed.
There's that autograph.
Yeah, David bought me this Undertaker and Paul Bear pictures, autograph, and some tickets. And then he matted...
Well, that's the certification.
Oh, certification. Yeah. And then he matted and framed it, and I think I got that for Valentine's Day.
Did you?
You know you gave me that thing for Valentine's Day.
Care Bears action figures.
Care Bears I love. I actually have the original record that I bought when I was in, like, 3rd grade. I still have that.
It's here somewhere.
It's under there. I found it at my mom's house. And I was like, wow, this is the actual record that I bought and listened to every day.
Yeah.
I love that record. Of course, Funko Pops. Y'all want to see that.
These are some customs.
Yeah,
I know. These are from
customs.
Joe Slynn. Is where we got those. And then more originals in there. Lots of originals.
Yeah, you can't see them because it's all squeezed up right now.
Yeah. I know, it's
I was doing
always a
some
work in progress.
Yeah, I was doing some rearranging with something else and had to move some stuff to make room to do something.
But it's pretty obvious that Masters of the Universe is a big influence in your collection.
It is a big influence. As you can see, it's the bulk of my...
Yeah, and even back here, I mean, most of your statues
Yeah.
are Masters of the Universe.
He-Man is over there in the
Yeah,
corner. I had to move him so we could do this Arthur Fleck.
Yeah, we had to, we did the unboxing for that Arthur Fleck Joker just recently. But yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, the statues and all the figures, and so then I gotta ask, because as you work on this, and here's that other the other Megatrons, and these are original.
Yeah,
That's the real deal original. That's like what, 1974?
Yeah.
That's like
that's the Japanese version.
Takara. That's like
Takara.
G0 here. Forget G1.
Yeah.
But so that begs the question then, you know, what direction are you headed in here? What are you looking to do now?
Well,
Or what are you trying to expand on, or is there anything new you're looking for, or?
no, I'm not going to, I'm not going to expand too much. I'm going to rein back on these turtles. Thundercats, I'm going to finish up with Super 7.
Yes.
I do want to get, I'm not going to complete it, but I am going to get more Masters of the Universe originals.
Yeah, the Mattels.
Right.
And of course, there's some of those pieces you may never be able to find now.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
And you know, it's okay. I want some more of the carded figures.
Of course.
Maybe not too many. I'm not big into play sets, so I'm not going to look for play sets. But maybe a vehicle here and there. Now, you see up there is the Origins. I only want the vehicles.
Yeah, because that question has been posed to you too about the Origins figures. Are you going to chase that line? And
no.
I didn't think so.
Because if you're looking at it, the original and the Super 7 basically the same, and the Origins is the same. So you have 3 of the exact same thing.
Yeah, or close enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Super 7 already made like what 5, 6 He-Mans over there. So you know it's just a lot of space.
Yeah, at least Super 7 was trying to make stuff that hadn't been done before.
Yeah, they did.
But with Origins, they went right back to scratch.
Yeah, they went back to the beginning. But I will get a few of the vehicles.
Yeah.
And I do have the Panther on order.
Sure.
That's about it. I might get the Classics Panther. Because I have Battle Cat, Battle Lion, and then Panther finish that up.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not going to do much more. I do want to complete my Care Bears line.
Yeah.
It's 13.
13 action figures.
Yeah, 13 action figures.
Not the dollies.
Who?
Not the teddy bears.
Oh, no. The action figures.
Yeah, the action figures.
And I think I have 6.
Uh-huh.
So I am going to complete that. I'm thinking about getting some Dukes of Hazzard figures.
Mego?
That's the only one out there.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe not a General Lee, because I have this Ertl General Lee.
Yeah.
And then
It'd be nice to have Bo and Duke Luke with the General Lee, the 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah, for under $500.
Well, that's in the box. You know, loose it's a bit more reasonable.
Yeah, well, I got this Ertl. I would hope Jada Metals would do it, but I know in this climate they'll never do it. General Lee will never get made again unless you buy a custom.
Or they'll make it with the roof painted flat orange.
Yeah, and then it's not the General Lee; it's just a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to get the figures for that. Greenlight made a Daisy's Jeep and Roscoe's car.
And that's a die-cast, like 1/24th scale, for those of you who don't know what she means.
Yeah, Greenlight. And I have a Greenlight. This is a Greenlight. The Christine. It's a Greenlight, and it's die cast just like Jada Metals is. They come, the cars come in the same scale.
Sure.
The boxing is just a little more streamlined than Jada Metals, but they have Daisy's Jeep. Greenlight made Daisy's Jeep, and they made Roscoe's police car.
Okay.
They didn't make Uncle Jesse's truck.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm gonna start scaling back because
So you want to try to get some more of the vintage masters and finish your Care Bears, and you're just trying to slow down a little bit.
yeah, I'm trying to reel it in because it's out of control. And every time I say that, something else comes out.
I know the feeling.
That you feel like you want to get. So they came out with a new line, the cartoon version of the quarter scale Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the animated, the 15-inch figures from NECA.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that though.
Yeah, and I was sure you would want those too.
No, because I got the quarter scale movie.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. But yeah, that's where I am with that. I'm gonna just start, reeling it back in, focusing on, like I said, Masters of the Universe, my Care Bears, and start up this Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Get those figures.
What about lunchboxes?
I'm done with the lunchboxes.
You done for now?
Yeah, because I only wanted a few.
Yeah, and she loves the vintage lunchboxes, and it's a lost art. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that like NECA has made a couple, and Funko's made a couple. No thermoses, just saying. But it's not the same.
No,
because
it's not
it was
the
a
same.
cultural thing for a few decades.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much done with the lunchboxes. I got basically all the ones that I wanted. The different lines, the different things that I collect. And I did like that Bee Gees lunchbox.
Yeah.
And I did think about getting that. So if I get another lunchbox, it's only 2.
Say what you want. The Bee Gees were awesome.
Yeah. Bee Gees and Rocky and Bullwinkle. And the reason why I didn't get Rocky and Bullwinkle, because it's just... I mean, for the cost...
That one's pretty expensive.
Yeah, and it's like, nobody paying that. So, but the Bee Gees one was still pretty cheap. And I am a huge Bee Gees fan. I like them.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm done with lunchboxes. It's not really another one out there I want. So.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
No, not really. I think that's about it. People wanted to know, how I got started. So we covered that.
I infected her.
Yeah, he got...
Kind of, yeah.
He got the Funko bug going.
Yeah, but the Funko led to some other stuff.
Yeah, it did. And I don't regret it. I got the Funkos. They're here. But
Which we haven't shown that yet.
yeah, we still have to do our Funko. If anybody even want to see it.
Yeah.
People probably like, I don't
There's some people that are still really into it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong if you're into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, because the ones that I have, out of all that I have, I think it's about 4 that I don't want.
Uh-huh.
And I have a pretty good size, I think, Funko collection. But I like all of them. And I wouldn't get rid of none except for like 4.
Yeah, and that's really what it boils down to is like, do you enjoy it? And does it mean anything to you? Mm-hmm. That's what counts for people, not like value or how impressive it looks to someone else.
Yeah, it's about, and again, I come down here, and just being surrounded by this stuff helps to push away all of the life's realities that you have to deal with every day. Even if it's for 30 minutes, an hour, you turn on your favorite music and you just sit and relax and you look around, read a book, do whatever. It's just a place to go to be away.
And I'll point out also that's why we avoid politics and social stuff on the channel. And we just focus on nostalgia, because you need a sanctuary from it somewhere. The social and political stuff, it's like a sledgehammer everywhere you go.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah,
you can't even
can't.
surf the internet anymore without seeing something about something like that. You can't even watch sports if you like sport. So,
Yeah.
you know, we come down here, it's nothing going on but music. And you listen to your music, you relax, and that's it.
Yeah, and this is our fortress of solitude.
Hmm.
Okay, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that. You know, there's a lot of inquiries about that from people to watch the channel. It's like, hey, come on, get LPH on the other side of the camera for a change. Although they love your camera work, but but
Yeah.
yeah, now we get to get a look at you and get an idea of what got you into it and where you're going with your collection, and that's been great.
Yep.